Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective Podcast, where we go beyond the sesh, unveiling stories and celebrating beauty. I'm your host Candice Freeman, and today I'm here with the beautiful Lerice Lyle. Yay! Lerice, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks, and yourself, Candice?
I'm good, thank you. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello everybody, I am Lerice Lyle, as Candice has mentioned, a 23-year-old industrial psychology student in my final year at the University of South Africa. I started pageantry, I think at the age of 9 or 10 years old. So I'm in the industry for about 23 years now.
Okay.
I enjoy hockey. I do ballet as an extramural as well. I work as a wages clerk, a payroll assistant. I think that's about it.
Wow. So you actually do ballet?
Yes, I do.
That's so beautiful. So you do the whole tiptoe thing. Do you do the toes yet? Are you there
Yes, and I started it last year. So I like to challenge myself.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I
So
started.
can you start off with what interested you with pageantry? How did it come about?
So nothing interested me about pageantry. I never said this was what I wanted to do. I entered a local competition. It was Rega Park Talent Show at the time, hosted by our community center to keep children out of drugs
And things
like that. And Renata Grant scouted me to join our modeling school, me and my aunt. I think she gave us a 6-month contract, and that is how I started modeling.
That's how you started.
Yes.
And since then you've just been going and going and going. Have you always won like every pageant?
No, definitely not. I think it took me about 3-4 years to win my first competition, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly, but it took me some time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you say you love the most about pageantry?
Definitely not the getting up in the morning to get done or to get to a place. I think my modeling teacher can attest to that. It was the worst part, me getting up to get done. But my best, I think, was the dressing up. The moment on stage, you're so nervous before the time, but the moment you get on that stage, you just feel so different. It's just a moment that you can't explain. And that was nice for me. It was like a moment away from reality.
That's beautiful, right? It's like when you're on the stage, there's nothing else around you. Just focus.
There's a lot of people around you, yes, but if you really zone into what you're doing, there's like nobody around you.
Okay.
You're just enjoying the moment.
Okay, so we're going to try and go down with like your titles that you've won. Maybe you can remember all of them.
Definitely not. There's too many of them, but I can mention a few titles that I remember that I think were highlights in my pageant career, if you wanna call it that way. The one was Miss High School South Africa.
Which year was that?
I'm not sure. I think it was 2017 or 2016, a year before I did my matric year. Not sure exactly what year it was.
Okay.
And then Miss Northern Gauteng,
Alright.
which I think was 2018. I'm not very sure about the dates. And then there was Miss Callies in 2020. And then Miss Teen Universe South Africa. There's just a few of the many.
So you've had quite a long journey in pageantry, am I
Yes.
right? What would you say was your greatest high in pageantry and your lowest low?
I think was the year I won Miss Northern Gauteng.
That was your greatest high?
Yes, for me and my teacher. I think because it was one of the best pageants at the time.
Okay.
And that we didn't expect the win. We really didn't expect the win. So that was really a moment for me in pageantry. I think that was my first high, if I can put it that way. And my low was going to a competition the next week and not placing.
Yo!
Yes.
Like
That's the behind the scenes, as you say. You're unfolding what goes on in pageantry, you understand.
Yeah.
And that was the reality, that a week after I won one of the biggest titles at the time,
Yes.
a week later I did not place. I think I was crowned the best upcoming model.
Yes.
That's like the
Best
worst person in the
what?
competition. Yes. So that's what happens in pageantry. Sometimes it really breaks your confidence But if you have someone behind you that's motivating you and keeping you strong, I think you'll make it.
What are some key factors that have made you successful in pageantry? Like, what gives you an edge?
A key factor number one is having a proper support system. Besides the edge, if you have a proper support system, you have the confidence that you need because you know there's people that's backing you up.
Yeah.
So also having a proper coach, knowing what they're doing. If you have confidence in the person that's training you, you automatically have confidence in yourself.
Yes.
But I think my smile is my X factor.
Yeah.
I think I have a very dull face if you look at me.
You think
No,
so?
not dull, but the moment I smile, it just brightens up a room. It sounds cliche,
see.
but
Okay.
do you understand what I'm saying? So when you step onto stage, you don't always step on with a smile. But the moment you smile, it's like, I think I invite the judges or the audience with my smile.
And what about your eyes? You have such beautiful eyes, though.
It's not noticeable on stage.
Is it?
Maybe I'm happy today to speak to you. That's why they're so bright.
It's very beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's the
Thank you.
sunlight. You don't know.
I think it depends on the mood.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So, you know, in pageantry, you know, we always, people are sometimes put into a box of this is beauty or this is how you should be looking and stuff like that. But in your own words, how would you describe beauty?
I think beauty to me has always been someone with humility, someone that thinks for the next person and that feels for the next person. And before pageantry, before I even started pageantry from a young age, I always want the next person to feel accommodated. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that is what beauty is. It comes from the inside, because if you don't have a good personality, your outer looks doesn't matter. You automatically become ugly. So for me, that is what beauty is. It's humility. It's being able to care about the next person.
The next person,
Yes.
right? And do you consider yourself, like, have you always been a confident person? Because, you know, when you're on stage, what judges also look for is, like, you know, that confidence.
No, and that is why I took so long to actually succeed in the pageant industry, because I never had confidence. My modeling teacher trained me into getting confidence. I don't know how, but eventually after many years, she got me to become confident. I was never a confident child in anything that I did. And modeling also helped me a lot in a lot of areas of my life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, okay, have you done journey pageants? Like those ones that they've like...
Yes, Miss High School South Africa was a journey pageant.
and you've also done like ones of like that one day type of pageant.
Yes, a lot of them. I did a lot of ones of pageant. Miss Teen Universe South Africa was also a journey pageant. And that's another thing that just breaks your confidence, putting so much work. I think those are the confidence breakers. The ones that the journey pageants where you put in so much effort and just goes unnoticed.
Yeah, but I think there's also a lot of growth with journey pageants.
Yes, there is.
You grow a lot through them.
You meet a lot of people as well, different personalities. You find and discover yourself through other people. That is what I believe.
Yeah.
Because they show you sides of yourself that you never knew you really had.
Which one would you say is more difficult to prepare for the grand finale, the one-day pageants or the journey pageants?
Definitely the journey pageants, because you literally be preparing from the day that you enter. You are being watched.
Yeah.
So you need to really your journey determines whether or not you're gonna win or how well you do on the finale.
Yeah.
You know, going one day is not waking up, but you don't really prepare that much for a one-day pageant like you do for a journey pageant.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's say you were supposed to now go into a one-day pageant, maybe like in a week or so. What would you describe as like the winning shoe, winning outfit, and winning hairstyle and makeup?
I think it all depends on your comfortability, your body type. There's a lot of things that go into...
maybe like skin tone, you know, they talk about things like that.
But for me, I always liked the dress with a slit, because it gave me freedom. I think in many of my pageant dresses, you'll see, I always had a open dress for my feet to go straight so the judges can see my feet. I think your legs, how you strut on stage also gives you that edge, as you asked earlier.
Yeah.
Because you have nice long legs and the judges can see. They're like, yo, look at those legs. But for me, a dress with a slit, a shoe with the platform, not this one though. 'Cause
Yeah, like
no, it's a heel with the platform is more comfortable. You have more stability on stage. I always think a soft look, especially for stage presence, a soft look so you don't look like someone else. I believe you always need to look like yourself. Yeah, and hair, depending on the type of dress that you're wearing, sometimes to the front, sometimes to the back, but always out of your face so that it doesn't distract you while you're walking.
So you've won a couple of pageants, right? And how would you describe being a pageant girl? You know, in the pageant world itself and also outside at home with people. How would you describe that interaction? Let's start with your reign in pageantry. How has it been for you being a reigning queen? What's it like?
For me personally, my personal experience, it's normal.
Really?
You're still a normal person. You work. It's like you studying towards becoming a teacher. You're still a person. Yes, you more educated on a certain topic now, or you know you have more experience, but you're still a person. And I think that's what a lot of people also forget, especially society now that you're talking about. In comparison, I feel like I'm still a normal person. Yes, I need to set an example, and yes, there's a pressure that people are looking at you, and you need to do good. You need to uphold a certain standard, and I think a lot of time, in many a times, society forgets that you are human.
You're human, yes.
You are supposed to make mistakes. It's part of life. You have your own journey that you need to go on, and I can't direct my own journey. If I have to fall into the wrong crowd tomorrow, I don't know if that is my journey that God has put me on. And I think that is what society forgets. They expect you to be this perfect person.
Yeah.
They have a perception of what a model is supposed to be. Who created the perception? Society.
Society, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's...
So they basically keep track of you and what you're doing and...
who you going with, where you seen. My modeling teacher always used to say, if you go out, rather just go out in a place that is not your area. Because people are going to speak about you. And those type of things start affecting you in the long run. It did affect me. I will be honest with you. It started affecting my self-confidence. I felt like I needed to become someone that I'm not. You understand? I'm a very outgoing person. I think you can hear from the way I'm speaking and stuff like that. I like speaking. I'm a very bubbly person. But you have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you do. I can go to events and I don't drink and I don't smoke. But I like people, I like music, I like outdoors. I don't go to the event for funny purposes. I go there to enjoy myself because I'm an outdoor person. I enjoy outside activity. I like people, I like company. That's the type of person that I am. But now because they're going to see me at such a place, they have this perception, oh, she's changing. She's becoming a typical colored, as they would say.
Say jive.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with dancing.
Yeah.
If dancing makes you happy, I don't believe there's anything wrong with it.
So overall, would you say being a pageant girl is nice?
It is nice. It has its ups, its downs. Like everything, it has its pros and its cons. I do enjoy it. I think as a woman, it teaches you a lot. It helps you become very firm in who you are. Nobody's going to change my perspective on things, and that is something that I learned in the industry. You need to be so strong that when someone comes in and their hair is in a bun and they look nice, you need to know that you're not going to look nice in that bun. You need to be so firm in who you are. If her walk is this way, doesn't mean I need to change my walk, because what works for you doesn't work for the next person. So that's what I think. So pageantry is a good thing, I think. I didn't only enjoy it, but it built my character as a woman, and it helped me stay stable in life, if I can put it that way. Yes.
What do you think judges look for in a queen?
I think there's just that presence on stage. If there's different, whether it's a day pageant or if it's a journey pageant, there's different things that they look for, definitely. But in a day pageant, from what I've experienced, you just see someone on stage that wants something. You can pick it up, the personality, the walk, the aura on stage just tells you this person is here and they want that title, and it pulls you as a judge. And grooming, if someone is well put together, they groom, they prepared for the pageant. That is another thing. Preparing for a one-day pageant is doing your nails, doing your hair, making sure your hair is clean. You put in the effort, and that is what I think a judge looks for. But it's just that stage presence that some girls have, that you're
Yeah.
like, this girl is really here to win.
Okay, so you did mention that you sort of on like a short break because you're studying, you're working. Are you on a short break?
Not a
Or-
short break. So after entering Miss Teen Universe South Africa, I stopped pageantry because I have long-term goals. I did enter Miss South Africa. I think it was last year or the year before, and I decided to take a break to figure out the reason why I'm doing Miss South Africa. The reason why I want to. Is it for people? Is it for
You were
family?
looking for your why.
Yes. Is it? Am I still? Is this still the direction that I want to go on? So that is the reason I actually took a break to understand why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. That's actually, it's like soul searching basically.
Yes, it is, because you know that this is what you want to do, but at some point you need to ask yourself, am I doing it for myself or am I doing it for people? Am I doing it because people have this expectation that I need to, because doing pageantry in school, everyone is like, you're going to be the next Miss South Africa. And that thing plays in your mind, and you
Yeah,
feel
so it
like
could be,
you feel indebted to people's opinion. You feel like you need to make people proud, because if you don't become the next Miss South Africa, you're letting so many people down. And it starts playing with your emotions. So that's why I had to take a step back to realize, to ask myself, am I doing it for me? Am I doing it for the people that are waiting for me to become Miss SA? Am I doing it for my modeling teacher? Am I doing it for family? Who am I doing it for?
Sure.
And that's why I took a break.
And these are like pressures that people don't know that
they're putting on you,
put
yes.
on you, and they don't know we experience this, the outside world. I think everyone experiences pressure,
Yes.
but people so often put it on someone else. They always
Yes.
put this expectation on other
Other
people.
Yes, but if the table turns, it's not nice when you're receiving the pressure.
Yeah.
I think we all do it. You do it, I do it. But I don't think we realize how much it affects us.
Yeah.
And I think studying psychology also helped me understand a lot of myself, a lot of the pressures that I've been dealing with in the modeling industry, like how it psychologically affects you. Looking at the next girl, oh, she has longer hair than mine, is she gonna win because of her hair? And those are things that happen in the modeling industry, because there's some people that are really biased in that sense. Because someone has longer hair than yours, they're gonna win. Because someone is this person's child, it makes you win. That's the reality, like in any other industry.
So what do you think we can maybe expect from you in the next 3-5 years?
Definitely on a larger platform.
A larger platform. So you
Not
still
even 3. Give me the next 2 to 3 years.
okay?
Yes.
We're giving you time.
Yes, I'm 23, so the time is a bit,
It's ticking.
Yes, it's ticking. I'm just focusing on finishing my degree. Like I said, I started ballet last year, so it's quite a challenge. It's something that I really need to put my focus into. I thought it's gonna be an easy sport. It's not an easy sport at all.
It's not at all.
So that also helped me figure out what I really want to do. It shifted my mind from the modeling, focusing on something else, but then there's still this thing in your mind lingering, modeling. I have this goal for myself, and that's how I realized that I'm actually doing it for me.
And
Yes.
it's also because you've been successful in it. That's why
Yes.
it's always going to have that hold on you, like maybe I can go further.
No, I actually don't have that. Maybe I can go further. I just have this thing that I know it is for me.
Wow.
It is for me. It's not even like I need to.
Prove a
Because I
point
was
or
good in
anything.
hockey as well. There's a lot of things that I'm good in. I'm good in business, but there's just that specific thing that you have that tells you, no, this is for me. I need to
Pursue
do
it.
something. Yes.
You have to pursue it. That's
Yes.
true. For any young girls that want to go into pageantry, what advice would you give to them?
Put on your big girl panties. I think
Yeah.
you need to really have a strong personality if you want to go into the modeling industry, and you need to have a good support system. Without a good support system, you can really the industry can break you, because you're constantly comparing yourself, because that is what modeling is. You literally comparing, you being judged like, are you the best? But you need to know that you're the best,
Yeah.
regardless of whether you win or not. I think, yeah, if you have the confidence and you feel like it's for you, go for it. You can only win, you can only learn from it. There's not really a downfall to modeling, besides the fact that you're being judged from the next person, but you can only grow in the industry. It teaches you a lot. build a lot of families, a lot of relationships. I think as you saw when I came in for the interview,
Yes,
you
you
know,
were
a lot of
greeting
people are like,
everyone, yeah.
hi, oh yes, I remember you, people remember you. And I think always leave, if you go into the industry, in any industry besides modeling, just leave a good impression.
Definitely.
That's all you need
Because
to
you're
do.
studying psychology, I think I should ask you this question. What connotation attached to pageantry would you like to change?
What I mentioned earlier on, that pageant girls are still human.
Mm.
They still make mistakes in life. As much as you are human and you do certain things, you have a journey that you need to follow. The same applies to that girl.
Yes.
So I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Lerice Lyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me, Candice.
Awesome. And to our lovely audience out there, thank you guys so much for watching. For now, that's all from me, Candice Freeman. See you on our next episode of the Pageant Perspective Podcast. Bye.